The New England Patriots just got this wild news. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, putting out content for people just like you who love Patriots football. So before we get started, as always, hit that subscribe button. It'd mean the world to me. Hit that like button and comment below. So let's jump into it. What the heck is this wild news? Well, this wild news is none other than the fact that Okorafor is ineligible to return to the Patriots. So apparently he has told the Patriots organization he wants to ponder his future. And basically when you are put on the exempt/left squad list, you have 5 days. After that 5 days, you cannot return to the team. What in the world? You look at this offensive line already for the New England Patriots going into the season, a lot of questions. But Okorafor was at left tackle, and Wenu right tackle, and then the interior. Hey, David Adams, sure. City So, sure. Cole Strange potentially coming back at some point. Robinson, is he going to have to step in? Leverett, whoever it might be. You know, hey, this line could be serviceable. And now you are 3 games in, 1-2 record, and this guy that you signed from the Steelers that you said, yeah, hey, he could have potential. He could be a journey, like he could do this for us. He is no longer on the team, ineligible to play. What is going on? So with this line, not only is this wild, but now you have 2 rookies starting on this offensive line. So the question becomes for the New England Patriots, what are they going to do about this offensive line? Comment below. What do you want them to do with this offensive line? And I'm not talking about, yes, in the draft, this upcoming draft, 2025, Green Bay. We'll talk about that many times before it happens. But when it comes down to it, what are they going to do now in season to figure this out? Listen, putting the Band-Aids on it and trying to fix it, it's not working. So the question is, are you going to trade assets to get other players? And honestly, what's funny now is when Okorafor, when he got taken out and then Lowe was put in, I was like, oh, this isn't good. But Lowe did an okay job. He wasn't horrendous. Wallace struggled the other day. Now, yes, he's a rookie, but Lowe, he needs to come back from injury. That is one of the biggest things. That will be awesome news when that happens. He's struggling with a knee injury. No real update. Similar to Barmore, has really come out on a return, but that's something where bringing him in would bring in more experience on that line, so Wallace isn't over there. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not a big fan of Cole Strange, but Cole Strange coming back might be huge as well. And then as well, the bigger question is too, is it possible to go find a right tackle? If we go find a right tackle somewhere and then put Nwenu in a spot at guard that he traditionally is much better at, why aren't we doing that? Again, this whole offseason, Aaron, you're on your soapbox right now. You know I am. This whole offseason, I feel like all the trade rumors have been about wide receivers. We don't need wide receivers. We need an offensive line. Simple as that. End of story. What are we doing, Elliott Wolf? What are we doing, Gerard Mayo? We need to get this figured out. And what's crazy is Gerard Mayo talks about going into the season. Yeah, I think a lot of people were saying this was going to be our biggest issue, but I never saw that. What? Really? Like, what did you think the bigger issues were? Again, okay, maybe an inexperienced wide receiver core, maybe a backup quarterback starting at quarterback for the New England Patriots, maybe. It starts with the line on both sides of the ball. It starts with the line. So I think going forward, the biggest thing for the Patriots is going to be getting Lowe back, getting him back in. No offense to Wallace. I think he will have time to develop, but now is not his time to start. The Jets exploited the New England Patriots' weakness, and so they need to get Lowe back in there. I think City So needs to get back in there as well. So when those two are back, I think there's going to be more stability in that line. You look back to week 1. Again, during week 1, look at the edge rushers for the Cincinnati Bengals. Look at the edge rushers. You had Hubbard as well as Hendrickson. 2 great edge rushers. And for the most part, that game they were contained. That was Lowe, and that was Nwenu. If we get that back again, I think we're back to we can be serviceable. We can run the ball again. We're going to have more time to get the ball out. I'm not saying you're going to have eternity to get the ball out, but there is going to be time. Now, looking back at this Jets game, I do want to say this as well. That defense, the Jets in general, had a great game. The Patriots had their moments on defense, but had a ton of errors, and Aaron Rodgers can make you look stupid. Whether you want to accept that or not, he can make you look stupid. And so I think moving forward, the Patriots are going to go up against offenses that don't have as great of quarterbacks as someone like Aaron Rodgers. Yes, you got to play Josh Allen twice. The Dolphins, who knows what's going on there. Brock Purdy's coming up. And so, yes, there's going to be times, but again, Aaron Rodgers, when he is playing his best, is hard to top, regardless of his age. Clearly, he can still scramble. He can still move. But I think the Jets, they surprise me. I think they're going to be better than a lot of people think. Again, you're probably saying, well, what about that game against the Titans? The Titans aren't that good. Again, I think the Tennessee Titans have a better defense than most people think. And again, it's the NFL. People can have off games. So going back to the offense, though, Lowe comes back. That would be great. City So comes back. That'll be great. We need that. We need that consistency on the line. That is some of the biggest things. So wild news with Okorafor, but news that we need is those 2 guys back. And I know you might not think, I'm not saying those guys are Pro Bowlers. I'm not saying they're anything like that. But they're somewhat consistent, and that's what we need on this offensive line. Next, and this is just frustrating, and this always happens, but trade rumors have just been swirling when it comes to the New England Patriots. So here's one for EJ Speed, and they're all basically with Bentley being out, which sucks. McMillan is not bad, but you can see the Jets even on Thursday really exploited the middle of the field. It was tough, and I think having Bentley not there, clearly they were exploiting the fact that it's like, hey, we know that McMillan's not the starter, and it wasn't great. It was not great. So anyways, all these start popping up. So EJ Speed from the Colts, older, sure has potential. And then jumping to Devin White, he's on the Eagles right now. He had 2 years ago when he played for the Bucs, he had a pretty solid season. But again, he's older as well. And then potentially trading Jay Jones. And this one is somewhat intriguing. I still think Jay Jones has a lot to play. Christian Gonzalez, clearly that number 1 cornerback. But there is some talent that, this organization has been saying, hey, we have some guys depth-wise for the Patriots at cornerback that are pretty good. And so that's interesting. Hey, what could you get for him? But again, there's no point to trade someone if you're just going to get a Band-Aid, if that makes sense. Going back to that offensive line, if you're going to get someone, go get someone that's worth getting. Again, if the Patriots and Elliott Wolf and Gerard Mayo and this organization spent less time at looking at Kelvin Ridley, looking at Brandon Ayuk, flirting with T. Higgins, all these and other wide receivers, potentially, allegedly, and spent time on, okay, is there a possibility we can find a tackle, a guard, or serviceable people as opposed to, the guy, Jacobs from the Denver Broncos they were going to pick him back up on their practice squad. Don't get me wrong, he could have potential, but again, you have an offensive line that is literally like Frankenstein. So instead of spending time, and I'm not saying the Patriots are even spending time on these or even flirting with these are all rumors, whatever it might be. But when it comes down to it, they need to figure this offensive line out. Plain and simple. You got a guy leaving. Guys are hurt. They need to get back out there playing, hopefully soon. And then I think you see a more upward trend for the New England Patriots. Comment below. What do you guys think on that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? I'd truly appreciate to hear them. Again, on your way out, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. I appreciate all of you. Better days are coming, I promise. We'll talk later. Peace.